Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Nathan Fox. That's Ben Olson. We're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. We've got an email here from Olivia.
Hello, team. I'm struggling to understand why there is such a dramatic difference in how well I perform on a timed section versus the first section of a practice test. Okay. Small numbers. That's what I'm guessing.
Small samples, yeah.
Yeah. I've been missing only 3 to 5 questions on logical reasoning timed sections, but when I move to practice tests, I'm missing 10 questions. I am hesitant to blame it on mental fatigue. More often than not, the section I do the worst on during the practice test is the first logical reasoning section. You know, we haven't heard this in a while, but I feel like we used to hear this all the time, right? Oh, the second LR section, that's the one that gives me trouble. Yeah.
Well, right. I mean, it's just people have got excuses for things. You know, they're going to rationalize why they can't do a certain thing. Or why they're not performing. So they're going to see a pattern. They're going to report on what they diagnose. Nobody has enough data to actually make these diagnoses. I agree with Ben. My primary hypothesis is it'll go away. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
I just think it's a small sample. But I do think, though, I mean, the only way that you go from -3 to -5 on a timed LR to -10 on a timed LR that happens to be one of the sections in a longer practice test, you clearly are doing something different. Stop that. Just do the same things that you were doing on your practice sections. Just do that 4 times in a row.
Well, wait, hold on.
Your practice test.
I am going to ask one thing, though. You said she's clearly doing something different. That could be the case. That totally could be the case. But it's also possible that it's literally a small sample size.
Oh, or that.
Yeah, and there is no difference. And this is just part of your variance. And you're seeing a pattern that's not actually there.
But people do weird shit on their real tests or on full tests. You know, people, they just get in their head about it.
Yep.
And it's like, well, you know, I've been putting off, and this is why we recommend that people do timed sections and timed tests early on in the process, just so that you can desensitize yourself to it and have it be not a big deal. You know, if you're worried about anxiety on the test, go take 10 full tests and then come back to me and tell me if you're still feeling anxiety. I think you're going to be bored. And then you're not going to be anxious anymore. You know, you can just, exposure therapy can just get rid of this worry. But people do, they lose their mind. They're like, well, no, I haven't done any practice tests because I have to make sure that I'm fully ready for it.
I'm ready. Yeah. This is going to be the day.
And then today's the day. And then they're like just intensely interested in their 120 to 180 LSAT score. And it's like they're working on section 2, 3, and 4 while they're still in the 35 minutes of section 1. And you can't work on section 2 while you're in section 1, nor can you work on question 24 while you're on question 4. Yeah. But that's what people try to do, is that they're thinking about the whole section. They're thinking about their score. They're thinking about their legal career, and all this shit gets in their head. And then next thing you know, they're not actually just focusing on probably an easy question that's in front of them. And they're missing that question, or the question's taking forever for them because they're not focused on it. So I don't know. It's got to be one of those two things. It's either a small sample or it's that, because there's no other explanation.
Yeah. Yep. Olivia continues, how do I start performing on practice tests in the same way that I'm performing on a timed section? I am taking the November LSAT and have seen my practice test scores go down while my timed section scores are going up. I'm currently taking 1 to 2 practice tests per week. Parentheses, I'm sure that's overkill, but I'm concerned I won't hit my goal of breaking into the 170s. Yeah, that's also part of your problem. I would appreciate any help or feedback you have. I'm loving the demon. Thanks for all your help so far. Yeah, so it sounds like she's pulling the slot machine lever.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not. I didn't do well. I'm going to take another one in 2 days. Yep.
Yeah. No more than 1 practice test a week, Olivia. You do not need to be doing more than 1 test a week.
More. So what does that mean?
Yeah, that means 0 is also allowable sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that Olivia is like, there's more smoke there than fire. Olivia is not learning enough from her mistakes
Hmm.
because she's just like, well, let me do a time section -5. Great. Okay, let me do another time section -3. Great. And meanwhile, your teachers are like, hey, you missed 3 questions. Can we review those, please? You missed
Yeah.
5 questions.
Or
Can we
you missed
review those,
10.
please?
Go into the questions and learn what you don't understand about them. Stop worrying
Yeah.
about the patterns. Yeah.
I would take a week or 2 off potentially from practice tests entirely. I would focus on drilling, timed sections, reviewing your mistakes. If you want to do 1 practice test a week, okay, do 1 practice test a week. But you got to focus less on your scores, less even on your section scores, and more on why did I miss this one question right here? It all just comes back to that.
Great. Olivia, keep us posted. We want to help you. And some of this is just pulling back a little bit.
Yep.
Email daily at lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.